Hello friends, and welcome back to the horror section. This is a pickups video just showing a few things I picked up. I think I got some pretty cool things. Some of the ones in the middle are not great. I just pick up whatever I can, but I believe this one right here is a really good one, The Evil Laugh. If you haven't seen this, and it's a kind of like a real kind of cornball slasher movie. That's all I can say about it. It's just fun. Like the killer's got this crazy laugh, and it's got some pretty cheesy killings on it and stuff, but it's pretty fun. It's an interesting movie. I like it pretty good, but it's just an oddball movie. Like I said, if you can find this, and I'd recommend it, it's pretty fun. Friday the 13th meets the Big Chill. Yeah. So that's Evil Laugh. Here's one I don't know too much about. The Last Seduction. I have no idea. It looks a little bit racy there, I guess you could say. But might be pretty good. It's an old artisan, so that's kind of cool. But might be pretty decent. I don't really know that much about it. Like I said, I just pick them up, when they're kind of odd like this to show off on my videos. The Last Seduction. It's got Bill Pullman in it, so that's kind of cool. Here we go. Ed McBain's 87th Precinct Heatwave. Golly. Try saying that a couple times in a row. Shoo, I don't know about this one. It might be pretty good. It just looked kind of odd. I figured I'd grab it, but it's got a big enough title to it. They ought to add a few more words to it, you know what I mean? They ought to put Edward Ronald McBain's 87th Precinct something something Heat Wave something something, make it a little better. But that's just my opinion on it. But that's Heat Wave, I'll call it that. Here's one called Visible Scars. Some scars are more than skin deep. It's got Tom Sizemore in it, so, well, at least it's got one person. I remember you used to be able to get these at, their Echo Bridge, and used to get this one on a pack with a whole bunch of them. But I spotted at my friend's secondhand store. So I figured I'd grab it. Might be pretty good. I've never watched it. Like I said, I just remember you could get it on those packs of excuse me. They might have 10, 15 movies on there, and this is one of them you could get. So like I said, I don't know if it's any good or not. Visible Scars. There's one I remember watching. It's been a long time. I guess Trauma with Colin Firth, and I never can say her name. Mina Savari, I guess. Pretty much they've been in some pretty good movies. I remember this is kind of like a psychological thriller. It's kind of like a guy wakes up from a coma and his wife's dead and he tries to regroup or something, and I don't know, just a lot of odd stuff starts happening to him. I mean, I remember this movie was pretty good. It's just been, a lot of these movies, it's been so long since I've seen them, I just can't think nothing, too much about them. I believe this one said this, sorry about that, I had to look over my camera. I can't see good through the camera. But this one's actually made in 2004, so I probably watched it when it first came out. But I remember this one. I remember this cover right here, and I remember it being pretty decent or whatever. So, I have to check this one out just to see if it's good anymore. Because sometimes I watch movies and I think they were good, and then I go back and it's like, well, I don't know why I liked that one. But I think this one was pretty decent. I think I'd like it on a rewatch. There you go, Trauma. Here we go. Oliver Stone presents Natural Born Killers. There's old Woody Harrelson. This is the director's cut. Contains exclusive, unseen, unedited footage. I remember this was a nutty movie. It was a pretty wild one when I watched it. Like I said, this has been another one. It's been so long since I've seen it. But I remember it was pretty good. I remember my dad used to like this one real good. So I had to sit and watch it again. It's got some good people in it. Shoo. It's got Woody Harrelson, Juliette Lewis, Robert Downey Jr., and Tommy Lee Jones. And Tom Sizemore's in this one. Whew. And of course, Oliver Stone. Of course, if Oliver Stone, you're going to have quite a few good actors in there because he does a good job on most of his movies. Pretty much all his movies. But that's Oliver Stone's Natural Born Killers, the director's cut. So that's kind of cool to get this one. And last but not least, most people have never even heard of this movie. I believe this came out in 1999, 2000. And this is like I think it's a 2. So you'd have to have like a region-free DVD player to watch it. It's called Lighthouse. And it's also Lighthouse or Dead of Night, I think is the other name for it. And this is a good slasher right here. This is one, it's really hard to get, but it's real good. You used to be able to watch it on YouTube, but I think they took it off now. But, I mean, it's just one that's really hard to get. They never did make a Blu-ray, and then it's really hard to get the disc. And my buddy got me and him a copy of it, because it's not too bad if you buy it, like, from Amazon. I think he bought it from Amazon UK. It just takes a little while to get here, but still, it wasn't very high. But it's hard to find. I mean, there's VHSs of it, and then I think this might be the only... I don't know if there was any American copies of it. There probably was, but I remember this one's really good. It's like this prison ship starts to sink, and all the prisoners get off. And what it is, there's this one crazy killer, and he's the one that made the shipwreck. And they think he's dead, but he's not dead, of course. So he has to kill all the witnesses on the island. So they just think he's dead, so nobody will hunt from him. And it's pretty much just him going around this lighthouse and going through there on the beach and stuff and killing people. And he likes cutting their heads off and stuff. It's a pretty good movie. I enjoy it real good. Like I said, I think I had to. I got a unofficial DVD of it from my good friend, and that's something I've ever been on the watch on. I never can pronounce this guy's name, James Purefoy, and he plays in a lot of movies now. He's actually a pretty good actor, and that's about the only person I can think that's on it. You might see some names in here that's real good, but like I said, I was really impressed with this one. If you can find this, and I'd highly recommend this one, either Dead of Night or Lighthouse. I usually have to put the search in. I'll put the search in on Google. I'll put Dead, I think it's Lighthouse, aka Dead of Night, 1999, and it'll pull this movie up. And most time all you find is VHS. But my buddy found this copy. He got him a copy and got me a copy because they're kind of hard to find. And he said he didn't have to pay much for it, so I was happy to get it. But like I said, this is a really good slasher, one of my favorites. It's just really hard to find. Where I found this was let me think here. Not Fangorer, but I think the magazine was called Rue Morgue. If you remember that magazine. I don't know if it's still around. It might actually be Rue Morgue. And it was really old. It's an old magazine. And they had their top 100 movies that most people's never heard of. And they were just oddball, which I've actually heard of most of them because I like weird movies. And this was on there. And this is about the only one that I've never seen. And like I said, I got a copy that wasn't actually really made. It was like a burnt copy or something. I don't remember even where I got it. But now watching, I think that's a really good movie. And I've just now got an actual real copy of it. So I'm proud to get this one. But like I said, if you can find it, I know I'm rambling on about this movie, but like I said, I really like this one. Lighthouse, aka Dead of Night, from 1999, maybe 2000. Sometimes you see 1999, sometimes you see 2000. You know, it's just, they probably released it at the end or something. It might be like over in Europe, but, you know, they released it one year, and in America they released it another year. Maybe, I'm not really for sure on that. But like I said, try to find this one. And you have to have a region free to watch this one, I believe. I believe this is region 2 because it's overseas. But glad to get this one. It's a fun one. The Lighthouse. And that'll be it for my pickups video. And thank you for watching. Have a good day.